Okay, I've run in the motors and cleaned them and reassembled them and relubed them and greased them and all that stuff. And I've also done one other thing that I think is very important for all of these small tanks like this. Nah. It wants to give me trouble. Anyway, I've put brass rings, pieces of brass tubing around each of the plastic posts that hold the gearbox in. I used this. It's just 1/4 inch ID brass tubing. I cut it down into pieces 150 thou long with one of these. Okay, and I put one over each post that takes a screw through the gearbox. That way it gives it a lot more strength and it won't be as easy to strip out, because I'll tell you what, if you strip out one of those screws, that's a problem. Now they're fairly easy to get in here. I found it's easiest if you do them both at once. That way you can kind of wiggle them in and get them into place and drop them down in there. So it's going to fit. Okay, this one coming up from the bottom here is motor left, so we'll plug that in. Get rid of the piece of tape. Motor right, with motor right, I want to come under like this. Yeah, that looks good. And that plugs in. My big head in the way. Alright, that Komodo tucks down in there. You don't want to let the motors go in between, or the wires go in between the motors. They will cause interference there. So I'm checking to make sure that everything's lined up and in place nice and everything looks good. In fact, everything looks great. Okay, I'm going to put some Loctite on these screws and put them in place. I'm going to make new splatter shields, and then I'll be back. See you next time.